about the advising process and when you actually get a chance to connect with me to talk about, um, what challenge or thought you have for your reason. And so, what I'm going to have with me is this advising template. I just wanted to go over the template with you real quick. And I do want to shout out my friend Corey Jenkins Sr., who actually showed me this template a few years ago. He is someone I've been working in the community with for a long time, for at least 8 years through different projects, and he's been very good at organizing and administrative work and keeping notes, and just making sure that things are aligned as far as your documentation, especially for small businesses and respectfully your small black owned businesses. Very important for that documentation to be on point. And that's a lot of times our downfall, including myself. But we just learn and grow. And with that, this template I've been using for a while now for nonprofit organizations that I serve on the board for or advise for. So I use this template, and then as of late, when I connect with those that need consulting and advising on what to do, this is the template. So ultimately, this is what it looks like. You're going to have, and I do want to shout out here, See with New Eyes, The True Beauty of God's Character. And this is actually a book that my friend Corey Jenkins Sr. gave to me. Ty Gibson, he's also my spiritual brother in which we grow and develop ourselves personally through faith. And so, just a real quick description of the book. To see most things, one's eyes need to be open, but not so with God. If you open your eyes too wide or look too closely, you're likely to miss Him while thinking you've seen Him. Most of us make this very mistake. We look at people expecting to see God. We look at religions. We even look in the mirror. Inevitably, we are disappointed because we had hoped for a nicer picture of the Divine One. Countless people have turned away from God because they thought they saw Him in a person or in a church. And, quite frankly, they didn't like what they saw. And so I'll leave that there. I'll make sure there's a link to grab the book. And let's go ahead and jump right into this template. Thanks so much, Corey, uh, just for your insight and mentorship. And so here, what we're going to do is when we're talking, we're going to have I'm going to have the date up here. This is what you're going to receive as well. It's going to be typed. So usually I have like some notes that I'm writing down. I like to write it because I'm able to capture the information compared to typing. I'm able to listen a lot better. And so when we finish our consultation or advising, you'll receive this form typed up as far as what we talked about with the date. We don't have a large group setting, so it'll be a private meeting, so there really won't be a welcome or giving thanks. But I do take notes of that. And then we do have here old business because the idea with the template is that we're building a long-term working relationship. So we're going to go over old business first. But if we're talking about advising for the first time or the consultation process, we're going to start with the new business. And the new business is something that you'll be able to explain while we're on our consultation, but you've also at that time have completed a interest form in which you've typed up in detail some of the challenges or solutions that you're looking to get to. And so from what you typed up and submitted through the interest form, I'm able to take that information, do some quick, simple research, make sure I have my talking points or make sure I bring up certain questions or things that you mentioned so that we're able to create a sound plan or an idea of a plan once the first consultation meeting is over. So that'd be considered new business. And so the new business will be pretty much either roughly around, developing your customer base or developing your presence in the community at the minimum, if not more. Then also tabled items or items that, because we may have a certain amount of time to talk, we will just I'll make sure I jot down items for us to come back around to. So when we meet next time, we're going over the previous notes or minutes here that we had as we're getting ready to talk about new information in which I will put in a new template, a new clean blank template form or template to put the information. So we have new business tabled items. Again, if this is a group situation and there's more than one individual I'm connecting and working with, and there's a voting system, we'll make sure that we note the votes as well. And then we're also going to take a look at. I'll also write down any notes or thoughts of things that come to my mind that I may need to circle back around to. You may need to circle back around to as far as our brainstorm or whatever. Just things that really capture, my spirit as far as getting information. And then also, when it comes to assignments, these are pretty much tasks. And for assignments, that's just things that I'm listening and I'm writing down either what we know needs to be done, either by myself or you, or me just writing down, tasks that eventually will need to be done so that you can consider what is essential and a priority now, and we can better phase and plan the steps and action plan to get things done. So we'll have that listed, and then of course we'll have a list of recommendations that I feel we may need to focus on and discuss. And recommendations could be anything from an outside party to this type of tool or service to this person to connect with. Whatever the recommendation is, I'll make sure I put those in there. And then I'm also going to write down who attended the event, starting with myself. Well, not starting with myself, but my name will be included in there. And then anyone else that I'm meeting with at that time will be listed. And so this is what a traditional advising template looks like for me and what I give to you once we're done with the meeting. So once our meeting is done, usually takes about one business day, no more than two, usually one business day to get this information to you, and then we'll use it to talk again in the future. When we meet again, we'll go over these notes first, these minutes, and then go on to our conversation. So make sure you follow what we're doing, liking and subscribing. There's a button there to schedule a consultation, and now you'll see what you're going to get, at least as far as something you can take and use in the future with or without me. Thanks so much. Wishing you a great rest of the day.